This is Bill Wilder, Director of the Lifecycle Institute, author of the People First column. Today I want to talk to you about instructors, or facilitators as we call them here at the Institute. But you would probably hear the term instructor, and that would be right. For most of the time, or often in the class, that's exactly what you want, an instructor. Someone who is a content expert. They're coming in, they're bringing the knowledge, and you are there to absorb that knowledge and embrace that knowledge. Typically, that instructor would deliver that to you in the form of a lecture. It's perhaps some PowerPoint slides, but essentially a one-way communication back to you, with you as the participant sitting passively absorbing that information. The content expert or instructor maintaining control of what is being taught, what is being said, and what is being learned in the class. And the participant being required to adapt their behavior and understanding to fit the content that the instructor is sharing. We refer to the instructor as a sage on the stage. And there is clearly a place for an instructor. I could give you an example. If you're learning a process that's an already well-defined process, if you were learning CPR, for example, you're not looking for someone to bring everybody in the room and everybody debate how to do CPR. What you're looking for is bring everybody in the room and teach them the proven, already defined process for doing CPR. That would be the role of the instructor. At the Institute, we work with adult professionals who have specific needs, and we work with defining processes and learning new skills and knowledge that often require the skills of a facilitator. The facilitator is different in that the facilitator is more of a process manager than they are a content manager. So their role is to enable and facilitate a process whereby the people in the room, the participants, actively engage in learning together and access their prior knowledge and use that for the good and the learning of everyone in the room. So the idea is that these folks come into the room, oftentimes they're working professionals that have been in their jobs for many years, they've had experiences, they've had education that perhaps even the facilitator has not had, that would be of value to others in the class. Or the contrast to that, of course, is they may come in with experience that has established in their head a mental model or a paradigm that is in fact contrary to what is now accepted as best practice. The earlier that's surfaced and mitigated, the better off that whole classroom experience will be for the people in the class. And so the whole idea of the facilitator is that rather than the participant adapting to accept content that's been delivered, they are sharing and learning together in a collaborative learning environment. We refer to the facilitator as the guide by the side. And while we call our instruction leaders or our classroom leaders facilitators, what we really work with our subject matter experts to be is both an instructor or a facilitator, and it depends entirely on the subject, the content, and the needs of participants in the room. Because at the Lifecycle Institute, people are first.